Disclaimer. I just realized that my makeup was off in this video. It was hot outside. I know my face was sweaty and my foundation is all over the place. But you know what? We all have these bad days. Now, let me carry on. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Miss Criticizer 2021. The Real Housewives of Dubai, the first season and the second episode. The episode starts with Sarah just talking, spending time with her son. And she asks him, cooking, to which gender does that belong to? He said, Mommy, it belongs to both genders. She said, that's good. In the confessional, she was explaining about the toxic masculinity in her culture and how she wants to change things with how she's raising her son. You know, in their culture, a man is not supposed to show emotions. He's not supposed to cry. He is supposed to be the patriarchy, the man of the house, whereas the women are the ones that are always submissive, and they're very limited to so many things, to cooking, to cleaning, just to be there by the man's side. We have also just seen that a few years ago in Saudi Arabia and in that whole region, that women were allowed to drive. And that was history in the making. So that's just an example that I'm giving you. So these are things that she wants to teach her boys. And I said that, wow, that's really, really good, because at the end of the day, they all learn it from home. They all learn it from what they see. And I think it's good that she's teaching him to also be like that, to be a responsible guy, so that he will also be a better husband one day. But she tried to teach him about having that traditional dinner on the floor, the Arabian way, but it seems like the boy does not really like it. He didn't like it. He said, nope, we are going straight to the chair. The floor thing is not for me. He's so cute. So then we get to Caroline Brooks, which is the Black Caroline. She meets up with Lisa. And Caroline Brooks said that the only reason why she connected to Lisa is because of her Caribbean roots, and she felt there was a connection with Lisa, and she said, hey, why not? And Lena is shading her and said, Caroline is so confused. One moment she's Afro-Latina, the other moment she's African-American. Now she's, Caribbean? Like, this woman doesn't know what she wants. I said, yep. And I'm going to get into Black Caroline's ass for a second. So they talk about Nina. They talk about Nina, who is the Lebanese American, in case you guys don't know. And they said that, Nina posted something on IG that stated every blonde needs a brunette by her side. The blonde that we're talking about is the White Caroline. I forgot her surname, but we'll call her like that. Why is she talking about her like that? Because we all know that Nina does not like White Caroline. She always hated her from the beginning. And she was the one out of the entire friend group that always had the worst things to say about White Caroline. So why all of a sudden is she out here sucking up to her? And so Lisa said, you see, that's what I don't like. I don't like that two-faced thing. I don't like this two-faced attitude from Lisa. I'm not with that. If you don't like somebody, you don't like the person. And if you do, then you do. There's no in-between. I said, yep, I agree. And also that whole thing about every blonde needs a brunette friend. I'm sorry, but that thing didn't sit well with me. That's like you're out here trying to make yourself inferior. I'm just saying. We finally get to see White Caroline and Sergio, her young husband. And so she's getting ready to move into the new house that she has built. And she also made it clear to us, which is new information to me, that buying a house in Dubai is not easy. Specifically, I think it's specifically for expats. You're not allowed to get mortgages if you're self-employed. Also, they expect a 30 or 40% down payment from you. So that's just new information for me. But correct me if I'm wrong for you guys that are living in Dubai. So, guess who pops up at White Caroline's house? Caroline Brooks, who is the Black Caroline. So they meet up with each other, and I'm asking myself, why did the White Caroline, when they just kissed and she was just looking like, why did she look like that? But as usual, let me just continue. And they were just catching up, talking and all that. And so Sarah was also invited. Sarah met up, the three of them met up, of course, in their house. So they were talking about the dinner the other day, and also about Chanel. And Sarah tried to be neutral and non-biased, and she said maybe Chanel is going through some things that she cannot tell you guys, because I've been a life coach and I know that dealing with these type of people, they have underlying issues. It's just sometimes you don't know, so sometimes you just need to be mindful with these things. And the White Caroline, she didn't care. She's like, what does that issue have to do with me? I don't care. I don't care for her. I don't want to ever see her. Yeah, it has nothing to do with her. I don't need to be her friend. And my thing with the White Caroline is, granted, we don't all need to be friends. Everybody is different in their own ways. Just because you meet people does not mean that you need to be besties with them. It is what it is. But my thing with the White Caroline is that people have put that woman on a pedestal, because I personally do not like her. I don't like both of these Carolines. White Caroline, she loves people that kiss her ass. I'm just going to put it out like that. She feels she wants to be the leader, and she feels that things need to be all about her. Because the people around her are ass kissers. I'm just being honest. And you have a strong personality as Chanel. Chanel, who may be a bit too much. Yes, she's not everybody's cup of tea. But she's a strong personality and she can hold her own. She doesn't need followers. Yeah, and it's looking to me a bit like the Mean Girls Club. I'm just being honest. Because if White Caroline says she doesn't mess with Ayan, then nobody stands up for her. Nobody stands up for Chanel. They're just on the fence. And I'm just being honest. It's looking a bit cliquey. Yeah, and Black Caroline, she's just an ass kisser and a social climber. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. So in the next scene, we have Chanel. She meets up with Nina, who is the Lebanese American woman. She looks so glammed up. And she just got out from a Givenchy runway, looking so voguish and beautiful. Even though she's extra, but she killed that look. Nina talks about the Thanksgiving celebration that she misses in the States. And Chanel said, I'm not celebrating that. In Africa, we don't celebrate that colonizers' holiday. Oh my God, that woman is funny. She is so hilarious. So as they were talking about what happened the other night, about the argument that Chanel had with both of the Carolines, she made it clear to Nina that I felt like you did not have my back. I was up against these women and you didn't come to my defense. Because both of those women were wrong. Even though I can hold my own, but you just didn't defend me. Chanel poured her heart out to Nina. She felt triggered because of how she got excluded from the girls' party, specifically White Caroline's party. And she tried to, and she said this is what she tried to say, but they just treated her like she was the crazy one. She said that it took her back to memory lane, how her father mistreated her. And so, like I said, Nina said, you have to try and reach out to White Caroline. Also, the thing with the White Caroline is that you knew how I felt about her from the beginning, but eventually I got to know her, and she's sweet and she's nice and she's so amazing and she has this lovely personality. And then Chanel said, you're just a flip-flopper. Yeah, you are a flip-flopper, because how do you expect me to reach out to somebody like that? And there was something that Chanel said which was really, really true. You cannot expect somebody to just change. If they show you who they are the first time, that's who they are. There's no changing or trying to be friends with a person. And I agree with that. I've experienced it so many times. So the other scenes, you have White Caroline with Sergio out here jewelry shopping, and when I saw that necklace of $5 million, $5 million, my God, that money is enough to buy how many homes in one country? You can even buy 10 houses with that amount of money in some of the countries. You also have Lisa, and then she got a call from flip-flopper Nina. And guess what Nina is doing? Nina is out here gossiping with Lisa about the discussion that she had with Ayan. And she just keeps talking, and she's like, I feel that Ayan should have reached out to Caroline, and she's out here asking me, why didn't I defend her? Like, what does she expect me to do? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, Nina is so messy. Nina is the messiest one. Lisa had to hang up because she's like, hey, you just keep talking. I'm in the supermarket. I don't have time for this. So you have Nina who planned a day out with her family, and they're in this Dubai version of the London Eye. They've planned a lovely dinner there, and Sarah was also invited. And that was a quite nice thing that I saw. You had Nina explaining that she and her husband, they've been together for like 20 plus years, and they've had their ups and downs. When they were together, they didn't really have money like that. They were living in a 1-bedroom studio. You had Nina, who worked 5 jobs, and both of them just hustled their way, like they built together. They love each other, they built together. And that's a nice thing. It's really nice to see married couples that build things together. We just hope that the loyalty remains, because sometimes you're with some of these men or ladies, and especially with men, you've built with them from the beginning, and then the moment they've reached to the point where they need to be, then all of a sudden they feel they're too good enough to be there with you. Just giving an example. And so Sarah said, I want to have what you guys have. You guys know that I've been divorced 2 times. I'm not sure if it's 3 times, and it's not easy. I've encountered abuse. I've been through so much, and I just don't know how I could get over it. I still want to find love. I still want to have what you guys have. And so they just ended it there. Now, the next scene, you have Chanel and her husband that visited Lena. Lena prepared some Jamaican cuisine for them, and Chanel brought her a goat because Chanel felt like, you know, in her culture, you provide goat or other animals as a gratitude. They also use it for dowries, especially in a lot of African countries, dowries and all that to get married. So they had a talk about Nina's flip-flopping ways. And Chanel made it clear that Nina didn't have her back, you know, and once you show me who you are, that's it. I don't need to be there for you. And she found it ridiculous that Nina felt that she had to basically beg Caroline to talk to her and to make things up. So she had this discussion with Lena and everybody around her. She said that I have this man here with me. He's the love of my life. He loves me so much. He taught me what real love meant. Oh, and I said, gosh, that's so nice. The episode closes with Sarah wanting to have a discussion with Chanel. Because, like I said previously, Sarah felt like, maybe there's a way why Chanel behaves the way she is. Sarah used to be a life coach. She has seen and experienced people behaving like this, and she knows that there are underlying issues. So when they had this talk, you had Chanel that opened up to her. She basically opened up to her, and she told her about her troubled childhood that she had. Everything was well, but then eventually her dad decided to up and leave and abandon them. She said when the dad was with them, he always told her that she's good for nothing, she's the cause of all his problems. He wanted to marry her off at the age of 14 years old. That's how bad it was. He tied her to a tree. It was raining outside. Nobody went to get her. Like the type of punishments that she was getting from her dad. She has this hatred for him. I don't blame her because she's traumatized. And so Sarah told her, have you forgiven him? Because sometimes if you don't forgive, it's hard for you to move forward in your future. You don't have closure. And she said, I can never forgive that man. And I understand it. So I understand it. I think the thing with Sarah, what she meant is that you have to forgive to move forward, or else you will be carrying these demons and you have unresolved issues, and then you keep carrying it on. And so, like I said, Chanel, she may be crazy, she may be funny, but no child deserves to go through this. And like I said, the thing with some parents is, some parents, especially, you know that maybe you are not even ready to have that many kids. I'm just being honest. Some of the parents, they bring so many children into this world. When they start having issues, troubles, they start having some kind of resentment towards their children. And then the children have to fend for themselves. They have to go through all this heartache, through all this stress, with nobody helping them. It becomes frustration, and then there's no solution. And before you know it, the man has left. And he has left this woman with all these children to take care of. Chanel had to be a hustler at a young age. She had to start selling things. She had to do so many things. And yes, she is. And she's with a man that truly loves her. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about this episode. Let me know what you think about it. And thank you once again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell. Bye-bye.